Steven Spielberg's 1990s Saturday morning triumph, Animaniacs, is a something-something introductory sentence. The variety program was a highlight of my youth, alongside Earthworm Jim, Hysteria, and Jackie Chan Adventures, if that gives you any context. At the time, my favorite segment, and it still rates very highly, was Good Idea, Bad Idea. I recently revisited the series and was delightfully surprised that my nostalgic remembrances of the show were largely accurate. It is every bit as good as it was then. In addition to GIBI, I'd completely forgotten about the Wheel of Morality and Randy Beeman, absolute comedy gold. Another bit of note, at the time, I was not a fan of the Rita and Runt segment, because that's the part with the boring song, but only now, when I read the opening credits, Welcome to Adulthood, did I realize, what? That's Bernadette! Now, the show didn't age perfectly, and there are moments that are distinctly problematic. However, the most important thing right now is to take a closer look at Chicken Boo.
Chicken Boo, what's the matter with you? You don't act like the other chickens do. You wear a disguise to look like human guys, but you're not a man, you're a Chicken Boo.
If you're unfamiliar, the formula is as such. Chicken Boo is a giant 6-foot-tall chicken. He is not humanoid and he does not speak English. He clucks and he barks. We always meet Mr. Boo in media res as some superstar at the height of his field, a Russian primo ballerino, an Old West gunslinger, a Confederate general, etc. Everyone loves Chicken Boo's assumed identity, but one naysayer comes along and declares, "He's a giant chicken, I tell ya, a giant chicken!" To which the general public says, no, of course not. That's ridiculous. Until, as a matter of course, Boo's disguise falls off somehow, he makes a chicken noise, and everyone turns on him and he runs out of town. Cue theme music and transition. On the surface, it's a simple joke. It's absurd that a whole population can be fooled by a simple disguise and not see the truth. Now, the show could merely be a formula for providing a repeatable backdrop for a variety of 3 to 4 minute genre parodies. But Boo represents much more than that. And the repetition is vital to understanding the greater implications. Chicken Boo's disguises work across many settings, physically and historically, so unless you're willing to accept this segment as a broad indictment of human stupidity, the crux of the matter lies with the titular character, and not the supporting ensemble. Not that I discount the power of human stupidity and tribalism and mob mentality, but in this context, it's harder to pin that on the primary theme of Chicken Boo. What is more remarkable than the fact that the people around him don't recognize Boo for the chicken he is the fact that in spite of his achievements, they systematically turn against our hero when his true identity is revealed. Chicken Boo doesn't just wear a disguise, he has a reputation that precedes him. He is bona fide good at what he does. One doesn't con their way into becoming a finalist in the Tri-State Karate Championship. He has trained with a sensei alongside other pupils, and must have defeated many other contenders within the rules of tournament sparring to reach this level. Chicken Boo has put in the work and risen to greatness in his selected field. Some episodes leave room for ambiguity, but to accurately interpret, we must look to the core formula, and that implies that time and dedication have been spent assuming each character. So, why did the townspeople reject him? Only because he's a giant chicken and therefore has no place in their society. Until the revelation of his identity as a chicken, he was widely accepted. This, also to no detriment of the community. They don't say, get out of here because you're a giant chicken and you've caused property damage or bodily injury. It is only his identity as a chicken that offends them. None of his actions disrupt the social order. I see no good reason for the vitriol. But maybe you side with the townspeople. Regardless of his material success, he has committed a fraud against the citizenry. Besides, he is in fact a chicken and has no place in human society. He ought to stick with his own kind. But something motivates Boo to don a human outfit and manner. And I don't believe it's a desire to defraud anyone. A look back at the theme illuminates. You don't act like the other chickens do. While this doesn't point to any specific intent, It seems to imply that Boo has no place among the other chickens. He doesn't feel like he belongs to that tribe. Perhaps he's been rejected due to his gargantuan stature. Who knows? But what I do know is I see a Chicken Boo desperately longing for acceptance and willing to go to any length to find it. Chicken Boo is a classically tragic figure. No matter how he strives for belonging, he's destined to fail. Look again to the theme song, which in this literary criticism functioned as a Greek chorus. The disembodied voice is the audience's direct connection to the world of the narrative. It sets the stage for what we are about to experience and tells us how we should feel. However, in this setting, rather than directing our posture to the story at hand, it opens us to come to our own conclusion. Chicken Boo, what's the matter with you? Is something fundamentally wrong with who Chicken Boo is? Perhaps the question is not accusatory, but empathetic. What's the matter? How can we understand you, Boo? How can we learn from your struggle? Can we do better than the townspeople? Can we do better than you? What makes a citizen? What makes an outcast? What makes a monster and what makes a man? Sing the bells of Boo Tradam. Reading My Blog is a production of me, Bradley Rolfe. If you'd like to proffer your own pop culture literary theory, I can be found on Instagram and Twitter under my real name. If you'd like to skip ahead, links to my blog and other creative projects I'm working on can be found at anotherwhitesuburbanite.com.